How's it going?
Good, good. We haven't done one of these in like 2 weeks, I think. At least the Tuesday Zoom.
I know I've been missing this.
Hey, the last we spoke, you were looking at some Georgia deals, wasn't it?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. Okay.
Yeah. I am so I got my offer accepted. I'm under contract for a property in Jacksonville. It's a new construction, hasn't been occupied, and it will require a bit of conversion, but nothing too wild. It's as close as turnkey as I could find. Um, Unfortunately, it's not an active pad split, so it does take a little bit more than I originally wanted to do, but it should be okay. I've been consulting with some friends that are into construction, so that should be fine.
You've already closed on it?
No, we're closing on December 10th.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you want to show us pictures? Are you comfortable showing pictures?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's under contract, so
I
my
everyone
yeah.
I would be
Uh,
fine with it, but you never
yeah,
know.
give me 1 second.
Not like Alaska. Deer, this go. Pace was in Alaska,
Mm,
and everyone was like, "Don't tell anybody what I'm doing."
yeah.
Uh,
So what's the current bed bath count, and then what are you aiming for?
it's a 4, 2.5, and it's gonna end up being an 8 and 3.
14.5 and then 8 and 3.
Yeah, we're turning one half bathroom into a full bathroom, expanding it into a closet that's right behind it, where we're putting the shower. Um, and then rooms is just like closing off the living room and the dining room. I think it's getting split into two. And then there's a master bedroom that's a bit too large. We're also gonna probably split that into two.
All right, I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah.
Screen
In
share.
in in the master bedroom, is that where one of the bathrooms is?
Yes.
So are you gonna do a hallway?
Wait. I have pictures of both. Um, uh,
The four
the
threes are nice.
so how do I share this?
All right, so
Share maybe? No,
living room
share. There you go.
for sure one, primary bedroom one. And then what else are you thinking? Dining room,
Uh, I'm figuring out how to share this. Convert it.
like a drawing.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna make him a co-host or something.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I'm figuring out. I'm just sharing with the link so that you could do that. And where did my Zoom go? Chat. There you go.
All right, let's see.
It would have been real funny to just send you a tiny URL to a Rickroll YouTube, but I'm not going to do that.
All right. So,
Yeah, that's the one.
okay, okay.
Oh, interesting. So the room with the private entrance. Okay, so these are doors, the swings.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a new window on 5. So what
Yes.
that is window.
So that it has the secondary egress.
Yeah. Secondary. Okay.
So the entrance to the home is through the laundry?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're technically closing off the primary entrance, but it works out nicely because then you get a room with a private entrance that we can get a bit more for.
So here's the question.
Yep.
I'm sure you've looked at the numbers, but what
Mhm.
is the difference between here? Go back for a second. Okay, so in number one, what is the big difference between having a you guys can't see my cursor now. Okay.
No.
So as you walk in that private entrance and you go like right up to where the window is and then just put a wall there, that way you have the front entrance to the house and then it's just a little smaller of a room versus doing a private entrance. I'm just trying to see what the logic is behind that.
So honestly, I did not do much of other options analysis
Mhm.
because this kind of seems all right. I when I saw this at first, I thought it would have been interesting to have instead of that on 8, instead of having that L-shaped part, just
Mhm.
have the door moved. But I don't know how costly that is, and or if it's necessary since you already do have the other entrance, even if it's not like standard, I guess.
And one of the reasons why I asked, maybe if there's a hallway there, maybe it's just too narrow and it doesn't work. But since it is the front of the house, I think a lot of people are going to be walking up to that bedroom.
To like knock on
Like,
the door, you mean?
yeah, to knock on the
Mm,
door, the mailman delivering the mail, just like trick or treaters, new people
got it.
coming to the house to check out the room.
Hmm.
And so, I mean, I don't see any issue with the way you have it written up right now. I'm just curious. Like, I'd have to be there and see how well it flows if that private room actually was the main entrance to the house.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, no,
yeah,
that's reasonable.
but other than that, just looking at it, actually looks really, really good.
Yeah, I like that it's new, especially. Like I think it makes a big difference in like the not just the how long they stay, but how quick it feels, especially when you know, pay a couple $100 for good photos. I think it just really does help.
Yeah, and this 1900 square feet, that's me and Dustin, we've done quite a bit smaller square footage and have managed to somehow pack
Yeah.
everything in. This, whenever someone like 1800 square feet and up, it ends up actually being pretty decent.
At Port Orange, it's always filled. Oh, speaking of which, um, do you remember? Well, I can ask later. I know we got to find out if the neighbor's still cool with us parking there. Jim was asking me. He's like, "Weren't we supposed to be able to park at the neighbors?" I don't know.
Yeah, that Elvin knew the neighbors
Mm.
pretty well.
So, Javier, what kind of just ballpark? What are you thinking monthly revenue? No expenses subtracted yet, just a true
Since
gross revenue.
it should be, and I do have that calculated pretty handy. Should be 6,266.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
And
What's that like?
that's with base rates from PadSplit. I'm sure we should be able to do a little bit better. Putting a fridge here and there, doing some nice looking hangers and closets kind of style. So I think it should go pretty well. The main challenge I'm feeling from this property is that the area where it's currently in, even
Yeah.
if it's a great area and has like transit nearby and there's enough parking space and all that stuff, um, the area is a little bit has a bit more crime than I would have wanted. But it seems to be normal in this like Jacksonville overall. Like it
Mm,
appears that Jacksonville has a lot of crime, and if you've invested already in Jacksonville, There's the historic district. I asked. We're supposed to be east of the historic district, so we shouldn't have much trouble with anything. We don't have an HOA, so it's all good. And all that part of the downtown, apparently the city is investing really heavily in it. The Jacksonville Jaguars have their stadium
Oh,
walking
nice.
distance, so it should be really good of an area to do this.
Wait, and so when I was looking at the price, 247, right?
Yeah.
Like that is ridiculously inexpensive. So I was like, what is the discrepancy here? And
That's
I
a
guess
good,
what
really good ratio. The rent.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I
So
go, if it's that cheap, then maybe it's not in the best area. But if you were to put this home in a nice neighborhood without the crime, you're looking at 350.
yes,
I'm gonna pull
so
up Google
there's
Maps
two
real
things
quick.
that are relevant for that, and according to my agent, number one is in that area, most of the houses sell at with 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, so they're a little bit cheaper. This one's a bit of an oversized one, and it's also really new, so it's a bit more expensive that people are willing to pay to live in that area.
It sounds like you got the best of both worlds.
Yes, I hope I did, but it does sound like a very good opportunity.
It looks like it. Have you been out there?
No, I live in California. Um,
Okay.
I, I I would love to. I don't know if I can, but I'll be traveling a bunch throughout December, so I don't know if I'll make it before it gets set up.
Hmm.
But the agent does live out there. It's actually you guys are familiar with Emmanuel Premate from PadSplit?
Oh, yeah.
It's his wife.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I got double double help.
Nice. All right, I got Google Earth pulled up, and I just want to say welcome, Big John's in the house.
Something.
Yes,
We were
I
just in
love
Hawaii with
that
him.
guy.
All right, Google Earth. We're going on a field trip. St. John's River. So, Javier, just curious, what I guess major employers, if you've noticed any or looked up any so far, or anything unique like Amazon centers, stuff like that?
Not really, but there's a lot of grocery stores south of that and west.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you have this school.
You see that, Dustin? There's a track right behind the house. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
We still got a
the
race, LD.
you have the ballpark south of the house, and it's not too far. And then on the main road, this is yeah, it's literally Main Street. There's a lot of employment. There's also a little further west near the I-95. You got UF Health for Jacksonville, um, schools, Department of Revenue, Child Support. There's a lot of things in this downtown area.
What kind of stadium is this again?
Football.
Like how like how big is this?
I
Like it
believe
looks like
it's
a
new.
full blown, yeah.
You got Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
No way. That's
Man.
cool.
That's probably their practice facility next door too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure plenty of jobs will come. Look how close you are to that. And then you have the Naval Museum. Yeah, it looks like you're in a pretty solid location in terms of jobs.
I mean,
You
downtown
have
off the river there. That's not too far. Health.
mhm.
Yeah.
Then this you have Health Jacksonville. So when are you closing?
December 10th.
Nice. And then did you raise capital or how are you buying it?
I am in the process of doing that. I was trying to figure out if I should be using fractional. It seems that they require like I spoke to somebody on fractional. Gonna get your name, Kyle Hoyer. And he
Yeah.
was kind of mentioning that if I wanted to go that way, I should not do for just that project. I should probably start a club, because otherwise the fees would be too expensive for investors, and it gets a bit out of their pockets. But I'm thinking that would, even if I didn't use fractional, I would still have to do some of that, because I would have to do all the corporate structure,
Yeah.
taxes, K1s,
K1s.
accounting, all that stuff. It's still going to be roughly the same amount. So I'm thinking that that's probably going to be okay. And I still get to have the club for any and all future investments I do in this area, which I plan on buying at least like 5 or 10 of these in the next year or two.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So are you using a DSCR, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, it's
Or
going
is
to
it
be a
creative?
DSCR. I'm going to be the sponsor, the credit sponsor for this one myself. It's way easier to do it that way, and I have pretty solid
Yeah,
credit,
yeah.
so it should be pretty good. But we're going to
Do you
be.
have a DSCR already lined up?
I have 3 different vendors of lenders that are offering DSCRs. I'm just trying to see who gives me the lowest rate and the least amount of closing
Yeah,
costs.
we could connect you with our gal too. I mean, she's a hustler.
Yeah, of course.
Um, I think she even does soft pull DSCR.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I think my credit's already it's been getting pulled, and it's going to continue to get pulled for the next weeks. So
Oh,
I
okay, okay.
am open to looking at any and all possibilities. Worst
Yeah,
case scenario, I don't do the deal with them, but I still have the connection for any future deals.
yeah, yeah. John, Big John, what are your thoughts on this? You're quiet down there or over there,
Yeah,
but you have a
sorry, I
wealth of
kind
knowledge. What do you see?
of I came in just part of the way through the presentation there. So how many
To
bedrooms is this going to be after renovation?
883.
Nice. Are they all shared?
Here, I'll bring
Just
up the other
one's gonna have a
photos.
private.
Okay, one private, and then the other 7 are shared.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Like I feel like I kind of jumped in late, so I don't have a whole lot to say. But like you guys had pointed out, the purchase price, I like that price compared to what we see in some other markets.
I'm gonna pull it
It
up on
gives more
PadSplit
flexibility.
too. The zip code. Yeah,
Well,
John. Anyone watching, John's really good at underwriting, so you should definitely get to know John.
I'm gonna call you every day, John.
All
I've
right,
got
let's do it.
so many things that need to be underwritten.
Like his license.
It turns out I'm driving on a suspended license. I found that out this morning.
Oh my gosh. Surprised
living on the edge.
that car.
Yeah,
Well, and
talking about loans. One of our loans, they said, "Your license is suspended. We can't use it." I go, "It's not suspended. It's good." But I have insurance for cars in other states because I have homes, and the state is confused if they're insured or not. So they just said, "Nah, they're not insured. We'll suspend his license."
you're guilty until proven innocent.
Florida's tough for that, man. My brother moved back to Missouri and his car was under Florida and he had a bunch of insurance stuff like that and he had to fight back and forth for a while.
Yeah, I spent the whole day and I didn't get anywhere.
All right, let's see. So for your underwriting, Javier, what are you using for the weekly?
167 and 257. No, 167 and 278. But that I checked that yesterday, so it varies a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. 79 average occupancy, 50 days, 80% booking. I mean, plenty of units. So the fact that yours is new, I mean, it'll help a ton. Like push more on these upper limits.
What year was the home built?
2022.
Oh, when Dustin said it was a new home, I thought it was just meant it was like a new rehab.
Yeah, no, it's like literally new build.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's a really good deal. I don't even know if you can build houses for that price.
Yeah, I mean that's really low.
And it's also been on the market for quite a while, so I'm assuming they just had trouble getting it to be sold because it's also a modular home, not a manufactured home, a modular home, which apparently has additional issues to get financed.
Oh,
Because the agent did say that the seller had already gone under contract, but whoever did it could not get a loan for a modular home, which is weird because it's like built, foundation, all that stuff, like all to code. So I don't know why. I don't know why they were having trouble.
hey, so maybe you could help me out with this one. I should know the answer to this, but what exactly is a modular home?
So imagine you're building the home on site, like you have to put all the sticks together at the place. If you do
Mhm.
that in a factory somewhere off site, it's a modular home. So basically you build walls and then bring them over, put them on the floor.
How is that different from a prefab home?
It's similar, but it's not completed. Like you do still have to do all the same activities as you would. It's just like some parts are coming pre-built.
Okay. And on the modular home, are they 2x4 studs or like a 2x3?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. I haven't seen any place indicating that it's a different type of stud.
Okay.
But
Thanks.
that does not mean it's not a different stud. It's just it's not disclosed. But I'll
Yeah.
figure that out probably tomorrow when the inspector comes out. Because I'll get some more like hard facts about the house.
And did you check if you can get an insurance for that house?
I have not.
I
That's a
would
good
check that.
question.
I
Yeah.
would check that.
Yeah, well, let's see. Audrey sent us, I'm sure E's aware of this too. There's a new source. Let me find it. That is like partnering with PadSplit. I sent it to Jim recently. You'll have it. Yeah, single source something. Here, I'll put it in the chat. I don't think we've used this yet, but our our partner in our rep, Audrey, she's said a lot of good things about it. It's on the newer side. They partnered with them. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, Javier, definitely keep us in the loop, or whether it's now or next week or whenever. We'd love to see how it unfolds, especially as you're building it.
Yeah. So my plan this week is to figure out the fractional stuff and then start to get in some commitments. The other thing is I'm probably going to put some money myself, but I'm trying to figure out if I should do that with the self-directed IRA.
Mm.
So I'm looking into those episodes as well. I think there may be some good opportunities there. Could probably finance it myself with the self-directed IRA, but I prefer to have, um, partners on this. Hopefully, I'll do more projects that way.
Yeah, it'll keep the momentum going more. It'll be easier.
Javier, do you have any like marketing or funnels built for Fractional?
Not yet, just my friends and family.
Yeah, I think you said last time too, there's a handful that have already at least soft committed.
Yeah. So I'm a software engineer, and I have a pretty good amount of friends that are also software engineers. It appears that we're paid pretty well here in California. So there's quite a few of us that have like intentions to buy real estate and not a lot of time to do it. It's just a matter of putting good projects in their hands, and they are interested in this.
So you're leading the pack.
Yes.
A good place to be.
Can't complain.
Yeah, man. No, that's cool. You should what Lucas talking about the funnels, if you could start building some maybe a lead magnet and then just start getting your campaign going,
Mhm.
whether it's this deal or the next, some sort of newsletter.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
going back on that, you mentioned like friends and family. Is it your intentions to like try reaching out, getting a funnel, getting partners that you don't know? Or are you just using the people that you already know and then having Fractional put it together?
I'm using people that I already know to and use Fractional to get them together. But at some point, I will want and need to extend beyond my network because I could probably get like a handful of projects started just from friends and family. Uh, but there's got to be some scale right after that. So I am going to need to build the marketing funnels.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool when you like friends and family and then kind of pushing out from there. A lot
Hmm.
of the stuff that we have done has been sometimes we get into things or do office hours and we don't even know the people or exactly where they've come from, which is really awesome. And I'm just like, wow, I don't know how we did that. To
Yeah.
me, that's always been hard, but going word of mouth travels really, really quickly, especially like you said, inside your network, you've got all these software engineers that are overpaid but overworked, and it's like you guys don't have time to really get into real estate and you set this up like this. I think that the ripple effect could go out pretty quickly.
Yeah, and it's also like a totally different skill. Like, you know, doing software engineering is one thing, but like figuring out real estate strategies, pulling money together, how do you finance it, closing, like buying real estate in and of itself is like a totally different thing. I've been putting time into this for quite some, like, I don't know, 3 5 years now, and got into like the sub two, and then I also did like raw builds post camp and some other stuff, and I've read books and YouTube a lot. So it's like I've been building up to this, and I'm just trying to multiply that and get friends and family through that.
So is this your first property?
No, this is the third.
Oh, wow.
This would be
Okay,
the third, yeah.
that's cool.
Big John, let's ask Big John, how do you balance, all of the business? So John owns a pharmacy. He's a pharmacist. He runs a pharmacy and also has multiple different properties.
And
What's
a big coat. Yeah,
what's
you know what I mean.
piece of advice that you have for, people just like this that are running full-time jobs and trying to figure this real estate thing out?
Well, I mean, I think you guys kind of touched on a lot of it. It is a lot of education on the front end, but then for those of us who have gone through that, it does now give us opportunity to bring in other partners and say, hey, you know what, you can invest these hundreds of hours learning it yourself, or you can partner with me, who's already gone through this and learned about appreciation, depreciation, cash flow, the effect of the interest rates, and maybe taking it sub two or a traditional purchase, all these ins and outs. Um, so I think that's a big value that we have, with me with my pharmacy, him with his engineering group, that it does open up a pool that, as we especially start to have more success, get to share that and then hopefully build that investor base.
Yeah, because John, I mean, you guys have the pharmacy, and then I think you have what, 3 4 5 properties now?
Yeah, we've got five. It's one short-term rental and then four long-term rentals. And of course, looking at doing more co-living. Of course, we partnered with you guys. So with your first fractional raise. So we're in there, and we're also in the first sub two fund. We're getting a little exposure to some other things like the multifamily and more co-living, but really wanting to double down in the co-living markets, especially around Nashville where we live.
Yeah, didn't they just, well, I don't know how long ago, but that's an emerging market now, or what do they call it? at least for under pad split through the way they look at it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I believe emerging market is the term that's being used. And it's right now having very fast occupancy. So we've got a property we're looking at right now to see if it will work out. So we've got 3 leads we're working right now, 2 in the Nashville area, and then one was somebody we met in Hawaii at the mastermind. She has a Las Vegas lead that we're trying to see if that'll pan out or not.
Vegas. Emily lives there. She could maybe be boots on the ground for you. Check it out.
I didn't realize that. They said
Don't
Vegas.
quote me,
Chino was
though.
the first person that came to mind.
Yeah. Yeah, Emily moved there a couple months ago.
Okay. I need to reach out to her anyway, so I'll have to hit her up.
Are you gonna go?
All right.
I saw that Devin posted that Pace and PadSplit are doing some kind of joint event or something. I forget the details of it, but Devin posted it on Facebook earlier. They're in Nashville coming up.
I'm guessing it's part of the Creative Nation tour because I think they are one of the sponsors for that event, and so we will be there if that's the same event. Or who knows? They could have a separate meetup going on too. But I know they're really pushing that event coming up just later this month.
Yeah, Creative Nation tour and PadSplit. Yeah, on the 20th.
Yep, that sounds right.
Nice. Well, let's see. We have about 20 minutes. Was there another property someone wanted to look at? We've had a couple people jump in. Erica, welcome. Denisa, is that how you say it? Denisa? Welcome. Yeah, we can look at anyone's property on Tuesdays. It's completely open. Anyone can join on Tuesday. And then Thursdays, we just do partner only Zooms. Different partners from a variety of deals. We keep it more private. But yeah, anyone that wants to check one out, or we can just keep looking at Javier's deal. We could talk about, I don't know, maybe how he sourced the contractor or how he's going to pay the contractor. Maybe he's using the QB Casa walls, or what is it called? QB walls, something like that. I don't know anyone
I believe
that's
I believe it's QB Casa. Yeah.
so. Well, let's just keep digging into this Jacksonville. So we have LD here, so I mean this is perfect actually. At the moment, Javier, how much are you thinking it's going to cost to convert? I lost it. Like, do you have any quotes
Yes.
yet, or
So conversion and some light renovations, and renovations is mostly the bathroom work. It's probably going to be somewhere around 33,000.
LD? What is your gut reaction to that?
I could get it done for 15.
LD prays to Dave Ramsey at night as a disclaimer.
I mean, if you, I don't have a contractor yet, so if you want to go to Jacksonville,
So I think the 30K is a good buffer to put that in there. You could probably get a good contractor and get it done correctly. My thing is I've always micromanaged my projects and have done things in-house for the most part.
So LD, out of 30, how much do you think is materials?
Um
And I'm just scrolling all over here. I'll pull up
yeah,
the
I mean really we're looking at the biggest expense is going to be doing that bathroom. The rest of it, if you could, um, because I don't like pulling permits if I don't have to, so I'm gonna put up walls and do it in a way where you're not going to have to run extra electrical. And if you can do like, you can even set things up so you walk into a room and you can like have a chain to pull on a light or put in a lamp. So these things are, I mean, you can, in the area you're looking at, it's already a nicer home than I think most people are used to. Um, I think you could get away with not running electrical and just putting up the walls. I mean, that right there for the 2x4s and the sheetrock and paint, you're not gonna look at probably much more than several $1,000s. And then you're moving into the bathroom, whatever that ends up costing.
So
But then at the same time, you want to get it done right as well. I'm looking at the path of least resistance, getting it done as fast as possible, as cheap as possible. And if it's in a high-end neighborhood, I'm going to say you got to spend a lot more money. You have to do it right. The neighborhood you're in, you're going to give people a really good home. The way doing it a cheaper way, it's still going to be more than probably what they would get in the neighborhood.
So the question, and this is for lack of familiarity with construction overall, even
Mhm.
in the United States, like when do you need to pull permits? Because I understand it's only when you're moving electrical or something else, but I'm I would like to get a full answer.
Okay, so if you were gonna add, I mean, it really depends, and I live on the edge sometimes. Like, if you're gonna go in there, I'm not gonna go and put a new window where there wasn't a window before. Like, I'm gonna pull a permit for that 100 times out of 100. Uh, if I am maybe adding an extra outlet running off something, technically you should pull a permit, so I'll tell you to pull a permit, but I've I've done a few of those. Um,
I guess then the question is, what would get you into trouble?
I'd say, well, parking. I know that's not directly connected to what is being discussed, but that's going to be the first domino in the trouble sequence usually.
So you usually
yeah,
permits don't come up until you're like going to sell a home, right? So
unless you're doing construction and the neighbors can see and the city inspector goes by.
that's right.
And so when you're doing these things, like literally if you're putting up all these walls and I walk in there and I see like brand new Romex or wiring going through all of the 2x4s, like you've gone too far. You should pull a permit, especially if the city inspector comes in there. But when he comes into one of my projects, I mean, you're not gonna see that. You might see like, I don't know, like one wire that's out of place, and he's gonna look at that and be like, "Bro, what are you doing? Sorry, like we'll cover that up and we won't do anything." But just as discreet as you can, don't run any crazy extra lines. When you're doing the bathroom, if there's already pipes and everything that you can just connect right into, then I'm gonna say just connect into it. But if you're having to run other stuff, then you're gonna want to pull permits, and that's when it gets really expensive. So what you're budgeting for, you can that leaves room for permits. It leaves room for mess ups and to get things done really, really nice.
And then with regards to permits, I know this is very dependent on city and government in local governments. Like how long does that usually take? What's a realistic expectation on timelines to get the building done?
So we did a window put a new window in one of mine and Dustin's properties, and that held us back. What was that? Like 6 to 9 months?
It was months. Florida's slow. Months. And yeah, Kathleen, it was turning a garage into living space. We were putting
Yeah.
some windows in it.
Yeah. We needed to have a window, and you're going to get in trouble really, really quickly busting out holes in houses to put windows in without a permit.
So apply like the second you close, like before you even leave the parking lot. If you're signing there, I don't know.
As for electrical, I've never pulled a permit for electrical because I've always done with what I have right there. I'm not running any new runs, not putting anything crazy in, just keeping things very, very simple. I'm I'm not exactly sure if you have to, I don't think you have to get an engineer involved for electrical.
Usually the electrician can just sign off on what they're doing.
Yeah, yeah. And so like the window, that's why the window took so long, is because we had to get engineering in there.
Yeah, that's probably a big part of it. If you're just doing electrical and plumbing, it's probably going to be less. I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's
know this
gonna
is
be a lot
very,
quicker.
very much an anomaly, but like I pulled a permit here for my own house to add some electrical recently, and I got the permit back in like within 24 hours. So it's, but that's probably very much an anomaly for that. But like playing devil's advocate for some of this stuff, like for these kinds of things, you might as well pull the permit. If you're going to add a shower, like that shower in the bathroom, it looks like that's going to be added in. You know, that's quite a bit of work. Like you might as well just pull the permit for that. And then, like from an insurance standpoint, especially like shower, or if you're like one or two outlets, probably isn't a big deal. But if you add, a handful of them or add things, that's when like if a fire or if the bathroom were to flood out or something like that, and you turn that into insurance and they come back and they say, well, this wasn't here. There's no permit for this. It's not supposed to be here. Like, who did this work? They could potentially, not cover that. So,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's hardly devil's
so
advocate.
it's
You're
the
right,
devil's
man.
advocate side of things.
yeah. I'm
You're
curious. I'm
right.
curious for as you said, like the shower and the window that I need to put in that extra bedroom.
Yeah, I would say for those two things, the permit would be necessary.
Did you say window?
100% for
Yeah,
the
there's a window.
Yeah, yeah, that's okay. Is there any way you could go back and show me the floor plan and where that window is? Because the window is the thing that's gonna put you back. And if you can design it in a way where you're not having to put another window in, because that's where I put on the brakes. I walk into a property and I see that we're gonna have to do a window, then I'm gonna look at another property or just redo my numbers.
I don't. I'm not sure if you want to share the floor plan, Dustin.
Yeah, the floor plan.
Luke, are you co-host? My internet keeps going in and out, so I don't know if you guys want me to be the sharing.
I am, but I think he sent that link to you privately.
I can send them to you. There you go.
Yeah, and the nice thing is that if you get a good contractor, he may be able to pull permits really quickly and get things done without an issue. Okay, so where are you putting a window?
Room 5. On the wall.
Okay. So right now there's nothing there.
No, it's just pure wall.
Okay, I'm wondering if somehow, because room 4 has 2 windows,
Yeah, what if we
is there any way you can design that space so you have the 2 rooms each getting a window? If you can do
There's
that, it's gonna save you a ton.
there's some opportunities, I'm assuming, because all the bath and walk-in closet are going to be part of that 4-bedroom. I think there's a way that you can play around with it and just leverage the second window there,
Yeah,
like draw it slightly differently so that it fits in both.
I would do that if I were you. If the biggest thing is you just have to make sure you can get the right amount of square footage in there. What is it, Dustin? I always forget.
I think it's bare minimum, at least square foot wise. I think it's 80.
What is that, like 8 by 10?
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't recall off the top of my head. It might be 8 foot, the smallest wall. But I mean, E would know. It could, the policy could fluctuate.
Yeah, but yeah, with what you drew up right there, I mean, something like that might be really cool. And then you just knocked off months of work. And
What is the? Oh, I'll look online. The bath in the top right. Is there any immediate like sinks or anything there?
Let me look at the pictures.
Yeah, it's good. Take this wall out and
Yeah.
make
I think no, it has a double sink, but there's a closet space first.
I mean, that's the first thought is if you have the choice of just making in the top right of shrinking the closet and the bathroom a little, if that's possible, instead of putting a window in room 5, that could be worth looking into.
take the wall to the window here and then take this wall and this wall and this wall out.
Luke, I also sent you the Zillow link. There's I think there's a Matterport, like the 3D thing. If you guys want to look into that one.
Figuring this out.
Yeah, I mean, that could be, avoiding a window and just kind of moving around some of those walls, that could be game changing.
Oh, there's a bit of a window in the room already, but it's a small window.
Is that
For
this?
room 5.
Can you go back to listing? And then explore the 3D tour. And then click on the right-hand side. You have floor 1, primary bedroom. There's a blue dot on it. On your sidebar on the right.
The faces are in that. I didn't even see that.
Oh,
there we go.
yeah, there's a primary bedroom and bathroom. The bedroom, if you look at it, it has a window, but it's a tiny window.
Mm.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that's not an
Yeah.
It would have to be an egress window.
yeah.
So you would have to use one of these.
But
Well,
it'll be a cool room because it'll have a bit of light.
that kitchen, or I mean, sorry, the bathroom, if you can go back in there, Luke, and then to the right, I mean, you could see if it's worth it or not, but a little more to the left now, looking at you could move the wall potentially, like, what is that, 12 inches, 15 inches?
Into here. Yeah.
Like, if it was worth it, if it makes the room big enough.
But then I think you have to move electrical because that's where the light switches are, or no?
No, that'll be fine. You're just like sliding the wall. You're not unhooking the electrical or anything.
Got it.
And
Just moving the wall back.
compared to that window. doing a whole window.
I mean, a window is really easy to do if you don't have to pull permits on it.
It's a sales guy. You don't have to answer it.
Then I guess the question is, how necessary is it to pull permits for that window?
Um,
For this one, I'd say 100% necessary.
I mean, the window was definitely a much higher risk category. What do you think
I
they'll
mean,
do? Is it 100? Is it 90?
I think it's a very good question, and that question is not for this group; it's for his contractor.
No.
Yeah, reasonable.
I mean, Dustin's right. If you can take this wall and bump it over that 12, 15 inches, that gives you another 12, 15 inches off of this, the middle of this wall. I don't know what these 3D things are kind of hard to tell exact dimensions, but still a pretty decent sized room there if you bring it out here and put the door kind of here.
Is there isn't the wall on the right? What does that share with? Is there a laundry room there? Could you put
There's a laundry room there, yes.
Is there a way to put the door in that wall?
Here's the floor plan here on the right. So that goes right into the closet. So maybe if you didn't want this closet, if you weren't going to utilize this closet here, you could.
So you say putting a door to the laundry room, and then the room would have, where's my floor plan? And then that room 5 would have just the tiny windows.
No, you'd still have to have one of the egress windows. Just wondering if, yeah.
They would have the room 5 potentially. Yeah, I mean, it had the right side wall, like the twin windows next to each other, the same wall that shares the bathroom.
Yeah, stop right there. If you look all the way to the left, you see a light, an outlet, and then go a little bit to the right. There's another outlet. Sorry, the right, a little bit more to the right. See that other outlet, and then just kind of do a line across there. That's a wall, and then if you can get the door inside of that some way, then that's your full room.
Well, guys, I have a call that's starting now, but Javier, you should definitely. Well, I got to jump, but I don't know what Luke wants to do or LD.
No
But you
worries.
should
I'll
definitely
talk.
keep bringing this as it
I'll talk to the
unfolds.
contractor. See
Yeah.
how what they think. I think they're gonna get in the property sometime this week. I'll ask them to get some measurements and see exactly what the possibilities are, just to get a good idea of what that's gonna be. And I'll also ask them what's the permit situation right now in Jacksonville. 'Cause maybe he comes back and says like it's super easy and he has an in and it'll get it in like 72 hours or less, hopefully. And then maybe this is a non problem.
Yeah, because if you bring too like the scope of work and all that, like we can dig into the bid, all of it, as much as you want along the way. I think a lot of people come and they want to just kind of see active deals like this unfold.
Yeah, and just my last personal opinion on the whole deal, it's a really good deal, man. Like you can do something really, really good with that. It's just that last room, figuring out that if you can figure out a way to get that in there without having to deal with window issues, then you're golden.
And even
And then maybe the very last thing is that front room with its private entrance, looking through the pros and cons of putting a hallway there so people can go into the house from the front door.
Cool. Yeah. Sounds good. Thanks for all the feedback. It's nice to see that all the positivity I've had towards this deal is at least on the surface well founded.
Nice. Well, you guys have a nice one. Thanks,
Okay,
everyone.
thanks everybody.
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
guys. Have a good
Bye.
week.